I do want to say, I personally don't celebrate Thanksgiving, because of the fact that it was originally made to celebrate the massacre of Native Americans, which is just really fucked. But I did want to do a review on this movie because it was a movie I watched years ago, and it's not like it's a movie exactly celebrating the holiday, even if it is, unfortunately, a Thanksgiving movie. The movie is kind of insensitive too, with the fact that they constantly refer to Native Americans as Indians and make jokes about how white people bad. Clearly mocking that idea. And there's even like a really bad joke about where the turkey says something about he kills white people, and one of the characters goes, "But we gave you casinos." So that makes it okay that they got murdered. They made a holiday to celebrate it. Christopher Columbus is celebrated after all the terrible shit he did to Native Americans. They stole so much land. Teddy Roosevelt is considered one of the better presidents, even though I don't think any president has ever been a good person, let alone done anything good for the country. But he's celebrated after all the terrible shit he did to Native Americans. And they just make light on it, kind of like how Barbie did recently, which I did not like either. So if they do make a Barbie sequel, I probably won't watch it. um but yeah, they make light about it, and Turkey's like, "Oh yeah, you giving us casino almost made up for all the shit you did to us." Like, what? That's so stupid. Apparently Turkey also doesn't realize this guy wants to fuck him, even though he clearly makes it pretty clear. He says, "Ass, gas, or grass," and he's offering Turkey a ride. Um, Turkey says, "I don't have any money, so I guess I'll take ass." So then the guy starts taking his pants off like he's gonna fuck Turkey, but then Turkey has to defend himself because he's not gay. So he starts talking about how his asshole isn't for him, and it's not for anybody. Though in the third movie, he has an ex that is a guy, so um, I guess it was internalized homophobia. And yeah, that's really it. That's all I had to add because I wanted to talk about those. Because I forgot to talk about that. So I originally watched this movie like 3 to 4 years ago. I did delete the review because I don't think it exactly aligns with how I feel about this movie anymore. Um, I've always been someone that has appreciated movies that could be considered bad. And even when I watched this movie back, I knew the acting was bad, but I don't remember it being this bad. The only notable characters that I really liked in the movie were the sheriff and his wife that literally has one line, and she delivers it pretty funnily. Now, for the positives, because there isn't many, I'll talk about the fact that there's two scenes that I genuinely thought were funny, and that was the first one was the one I just mentioned with the wife. She takes his shit and his coffee and then tells him she wants a fucking divorce. It's so absurd, and just the delivery of it is pretty funny. The second funny scene is when Turkey shows up in a really bad disguise pretending to be one of the main character's friends, and it's just hilarious. It is only like 20 to 30 seconds, leading to pretty funny dialogue about I wasn't worried about the age of the fuck. I wasn't worried about the size of the fuck. I was worried about the age of the fuck. How old are you? And then Turkey responding with that he's 510 years old. And then the sheriff responding, "Fuck it, I guess you can say it then." This movie was way more edgy than I remembered. I remembered there being like dark jokes here and there. I mean, the movie fucking opens up with a girl's tits. You don't exactly expect cinema, but um There is lots of slurs in this movie. You know, slurs can be in movies, but it just feels really unnecessary most of the time in this movie. Very early on, one of the main characters uses gay as an insult. That same character later uses the F slur. Turkey uses the F slur. Turkey says the R slur twice. The sheriff says the M slur, which I'm not sure if it was considered a slur yet, but I'm not sure. And Turkey also says the M slur. So he was collecting slurs like fucking Pokemon, saying 3 different slurs. Only ones he didn't say were the N word and the D slur, if I'm not forgetting any other slurs. Um, the B slur. But anyways, acting was fucking terrible. Plot was very like all over the place. Like they won't tell the dad that there's an evil turkey killing people because he wouldn't understand, but then there's characters that interact with the turkey and aren't even surprised, including the dad, because the dad at one point thinks he's a duck, and that's what causes his death. So he thought he was talking to a duck this whole time. But kill a turkey would have been too far, I guess. Too absurd. I really don't get it. They end up needing to get a book to figure out how to kill turkey. So their solution is to go to her dad's house because he owns books. Wow, that's really good writing. I know they're college students that wrote this movie and they had like less than $4,000 of a budget, but man, this movie not the greatest. Turkey legit uses meanie as an insult, which I completely forgot about that line. He gets mad that one of the characters screams and it hurts his ears. So he said he's gonna kill you, meanie, or something along those lines, and it's so fucking cringy. Um, before I continue, I won't be watching Thanksgiving 3 because I didn't like that movie even when I enjoyed this movie. So I don't think it'll be very good. The gore was way better in that movie, but that was it. It was really fucking boring. Um, um, Turkey like rapes one of the people at one point, and it's supposed to be funny because the girl's dumb and doesn't realize she's being fucked by a turkey or something. And he later reveals like there's a small gag about how he was wearing an extra small gravy flavored condom. Like, okay, that's not exactly funny. That the guy goes in there and says that hey, there's the person dead, but apparently he doesn't even tell her parents, and he doesn't acknowledge the fact that her hookup was killed too. Like they just say, "Oh yeah, she's dead." Nobody else died, even though they died in the same room. Just her. They later, once they think they killed Turkey, they just go home and watch a horror movie and then fuck on the floor, even though her dad's dead. His mom and dad are dead. Um, so it's a very odd. We end up getting a final girl. She ends up killing Turkey with a pre-set up thing, which is ridiculous. It should have not been there. She should have like had a scene of putting it up. And what's even more stupid is the fact that this character that got his dog killed by turkey earlier in the movie is now in her backyard congratulating her for killing turkey. Why is he there? How does he know her address? What the fuck? So we got a final girl. Would she return for the sequel? Hell no. So kind of pointless.